We can't stop laughing. That's wrong.
Yo.
Okay, serious. I'm serious.
How?
You petty. That's what you want.
That too. Yeah, that too. That too. I can go with that. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
You know what? I think I'll stream because this is just funny.
Well, we got one person. Hey, say hello. Let us know. Kind of impromptu, y'all. Impromptu. We evidently
Yeah, y'all just saw us last night.
I wasn't even hearing it start the pot. I'm just saying.
He was evidently burning it up and didn't know it. Come on in, tell a friend, This is an impromptu Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. Yes. Why the heck not? It's a beautiful day in Cleveland. Why not? It's sun shining.
It's a beautiful day here in LA. It's shining today.
It's not. But this is the quiet before the storm because we're supposed to get 9 inches tonight.
Yeah, so. Ours will be here about 4 in the morning. Yeah, we're gonna get blasted. So.
I'm sorry.
You and Cali.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's winter.
Don't remind me. Summer me, please.
I'm not gonna say nothing because 52 was the low of yesterday, and I was not happy, so I can't really say much. I'm sorry.
You need a whooping. You from Chicago. You should be better than that.
Right. It was only a high of 63, though.
You should be whooped for being upset at that.
Hey, I moved over here for a reason. I moved over here for the weather. Come on now.
I'll be right back. Y'all start.
I have no comment on that, Miss Danny's windows.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Let me just go like that and mean it.
It's all good.
Woo! Because, I'm Miss Frigid over here. Okay.
Hey.
But we be perpetrating with the sunshine, and it's 10 degrees outside. Yeah, that'd be us.
I feel it.
And come on in, tell a friend. It's an impromptu Juicy Tales Erotic Chat because you know what? Some people got in their feelings last night.
Real big.
Got all
right,
in
I'm back. Mommy duties called for a second.
Hey, we do what we got to do.
Hey, we they got in their feelings last night. Oh, damn.
What did y'all do? Because, ma'am.
I didn't do nothing. I personally did not do anything.
Shame the devil. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
Here you go. I was an innocent bystander. I'm over here so I don't get fined. No. They got to make feelings. For real. No, for real. No, they did. They got it.
That was all up in their feelings.
Just so you guys understand, we didn't know until this morning.
So we are going to say first, as a group of Miss Juicy Erotic Tales Erotic Chat, we did not know y'all was commenting yesterday. It did not pop up on our screen over here.
Not at all.
We didn't see nothing till this morning. So disclaimer, we've all had to go back and rewatch the live to figure out when and where you all were commenting so we could get connection to all of this, which is why we are recapping today. But also, I made, based off of some of the comments you all made last night, I made 2 posts today. So those comments are all kind of coming together. And we just want to recap because
the shit's funny.
Oh my God.
Shit's funny.
Oh my God.
I am not offended by any means. Just so you understand, I can speak for myself. I'm not offended. I am very much so amused because it's showing me a lot. What you type, what you say says more about you than it does the other person. Just understand that. That's all I have to say on that.
Mm-hmm. You know, and honestly, thank you, whoever commented. We really do appreciate you.
We do.
Actually tuning in, taking a listen,
Moving the conversation along.
Having something to say, putting in some input.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with input. We love input. We do. And that's why we wanted to come on here and kind of do a little bit of a recap, because we did not see the comments until this morning, and it's kind of not fair for us to try to actually comment to your comment, because we don't know when your comment actually happened. But we do want to get into this a little bit more today and just kind of clarify a few things, because I think some of you missed the beginning of the video. So you came in where you can, and that's fine. You came in where you can, which is great. But you should always start at the beginning. But instead of halfway through,
A very good place to start.
Start at the beginning, because you missed a few things. You missed a few things that were stated at the beginning of the conversation. And one of the things I did say, and I'm going to say it again, because it's just me. You know how I am. I'm not going to pull no punches. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. My father raised me that if you try to sugarcoat shit, guess what? It's still shit. It just got sugar on it. So we're not going to sugarcoat anything. But we stated that we were going to get some men, and they was going to have their panties in a bunch. And boy, whoa, your panties is in a bunch. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we kind of knew this topic was going to be a little bit controversial, but we also wanted everyone to keep an open mind, and that pretty much didn't happen in some of the comments, because we can kind of tell where you're coming from. We were talking last night in an actual topic of conversation, so that you can understand the direction that our conversation was actually going, is what is an independent woman? See, some of you thought we were just talking about an independent woman. That's not what we was talking about. We were talking about what is an independent woman. And there is a difference. I am very good with words. I'm very deliberate with my wording, because number one, I want to see if you're paying attention. That's number one. And number two, we want you all to have an open mind when you come into these conversations.
Yes.
Now, several of the gentlemen that made some comments were like, "Oh, well, you need to have us on there. You need some testosterone up in this show." No, what we need is people with open minds. We don't need people that are going to come up here and think that you're going to tell us anything. If you want to share some information, you want to share your point of view, we have no problem with that whatsoever. But you're not going to come up here.
What you're not going to
do. Here. Not going to do it. It's not going to happen, because I know how to push delete real fast. I'm good at it.
Real quick with the finger. Gotta be quicker than that.
So we want to take down the animosity and the aggression, and we want to take that down a notch. We want to take it down like about 15, 20,000 notches, because
it's not necessary.
It wasn't even necessary. Exactly. It really wasn't. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of have some folks. We're going to recap the conversation, and then we're going to read some of your comments, because I think it's important that we don't get anything misquoted. half quoted, half-ass talked about. We're not going to do that. We just want to make sure that we're clear, and we have what, ladies? The 3 C's.
Clear, concise
communication. But coming soon, because you all obviously need it. Okay. Boy, do you need it. Okay. So our topic last night was, what is an independent woman? And this was based off of some information in some of the things that one of my beautiful co-hosts is going through, as well as ourselves as women, being independent. I shared a story about my life, about me, and why I am an independent woman. And I'm not an independent woman by choice. I am an independent woman based on what happened in my life. And a lot of people, when we're talking about independent women, don't take the time to find out why a woman is independent. A lot of you think that they're independent just because all of a sudden they got masculine tendencies. Shut the fuck up, okay?
What does one have to do with the other?
What? Why? Why?
I mean, can somebody really answer that question for me? What does one have to do with the other?
It doesn't. What you need to understand is not every woman wants to be out here doing it all by herself. As a matter of fact, not every man wants to be out here doing it all by himself. A lot of us want, as Danny so eloquently put it last night, wants that togetherness, that working together kind of relationship.
That balance.
Yes. And we were trying last night to but wanted people to understand some of the women's point of views. Yes, we do agree. There are some women out there that shout it from the highest mountaintop that they are independent. And there's reasons for that. Some of you didn't listen to those reasons, and that's unfortunate. And this is where your rhetoric became just that, rhetoric. You didn't listen. We talked about that as well. You have to be willing to open your mind, close your mouth. You have to be willing, in order to move forward, in order to gain knowledge, in order to be a better person, in order to step up your game, so to speak. You have to be willing to close your mouth and listen, not just with your ears, but listen with your heart. From the comments that we got, that sure in the hell didn't happen last night.
I think what she's trying to say is, some of y'all were really in your own feelings, and it was mainly men, were in your feelings about how women feel. You're in your feelings about how women feel about ourselves. Not you, but us. Not you, but us. I don't understand that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Jasmine, is there any comment that stuck out to you? Because I know
actually, you know what? Let her ask the questions. I need her to state the questions that she asked on her page. That's where this came from. Because, man, yes, please, and thank you.
Okay, so I asked 2 questions. One of them is got a lot more than the other, but the first question was, why when a woman expresses her opinion and doesn't agree with the man, or she provides a different perspective he might not want to agree with. Why do they get all defensive and say it's us being masculine and argumentative? What about agreeing to disagree? That one got a few comments. One guy said, when it's the reverse, we call it toxic masculinity. And in that comment, he also says no, people aren't accepting or being accountable. That was pretty much the only, well, no, I take that back. Somebody just commented this 8 minutes ago. He said, my answer to this is Claire Huxtable. That was a woman of femininity and grace that challenged all issues with her femininity assertion and demeanor. Today, women want to take a stand towards men with a masculinity act. Women more and more want to pick up masculinity traits to challenge men and become men equal. What?
I claim bullshit. I claim bullshit.
He said Claire Huxtable.
He said Claire Huxtable,
who's a fictitious character.
For one.
We'll start with that.
For one.
Fictitious.
Someone that does not actually exist in real life. A character that was written for.
But that's what they want us to be. They want us to be a character or a figment of their imagination. That's what I take from that.
I do filmmaking. That is a character. The shit is written. That is
an ideal personality trait that doesn't exist. That is an ideal personality trait that does not exist. It is a character. It is a fiction. It was a figment of some of Bill Cosby's imagination of what he imagined his wife to be.
Dude. And then you're talking about you want all of these things. From what I know, Claire Huxtable, because she was not a real person, didn't have to do everything that real women do. Did you see? You didn't. First of all, you did not see her always cooking. You did not always see her putting clothes in the laundry and stuff. Oh my God, you want this idea. Why are you even having a comment about the shit that women do? Why?
This is my thing. Even with her being a character, the one thing I took away from that show as a woman was the balance. She had a husband, and they balanced each other, which is all we're asking for as women.
The other thing is, if we're going to use Claire Huxtable, she had a degree.
She did.
She was an attorney. She was a lawyer. He's a doctor. If you didn't notice, his office was in the house.
Hers was not.
Hers was not. So she left the house every day.
And because she left the house every day, they had balance. Where she was not there to pick up and take care of the kids, he did. Again, they are codependent on each other and they have balance. Not codependent in the sense that if one leaves, the other one can't do it. But they had balance. We're talking about independent women, most of which are single and raising children on their own. And all you all can throw at us is it's our fault we're single. It's our fault because we're masculine based, and we're not.
Or
we're having to do the same things. We're having to do the same
and burnt out and abused.
We're having to do the same
wasn't that the comment?
things your mama did. Your mama was a single mama. Your mama did everything, but you never looked at your mama like she was being masculine. And because today's single woman don't want to take the same crap that your mama took, you think we're being masculine, and that's far from the case. I'm just not about to lay down and take the same bullshit. I'd rather be single and alone and raising my damn kids by my goddamn self like I've been doing for 18 years than deal with a bullshit ass nigga.
Whoop. And we'll be drinking.
So if that's your option to that, if that's how you gonna feel about that, that's what it's gonna be. Because at the end of the day, when I have a man that balances me, I am the most feminine. I am the most submissive, and I am always the neck. My mama raised me better than that. I'm not the head of shit, but he has to be able to lead me. And if he can't lead, then I'm sure enough gonna take them reins, because I'm not about to let him lead me into a ditch.
And we sip again.
Look,
Oh, this
look,
alkaline water is hitting.
I hate y'all.
look, fellas. Look, gentlemen, may we have your attention, please? Just because a woman is independent, it doesn't mean she's masculine. I stated my story, and people want to, oh well, it's adulting, or it's, and I don't mind the word adulting, except for the way the connotation that they use it in. It's taking care of your grown folk business. Like I said, I'm not the person that has to stand up here and beat on my chest and say I'm an independent woman.
Exactly. I don't like that.
That's not my personality. That's not me. I'm going to handle my business. I'm going to do what I need to do. But some other women might want to do that, and I gave some examples as to why. And a lot of you missed that because you're not a female. Women, Black women, couldn't even vote till 1973. I want you to look at history. You have to look at history, and you refuse to do so because you are indoctrinated into a misogynistic, fake ass way of thinking. And that's you. That's on you, believing that you need to be Tarzan and I need to be Jane, or you
that
need to be
supposed to have your mama as your wife, which that is stupid. That sounds
you all. Some of the comments that were made by the men were so fucking predictable. It was absolutely, for me, heartbreaking to realize that in 2023 you all haven't evolved anywhere. You are thinking along the lines of what somebody else has said that a man should be, and you have no clue of what a man is. And you all can, you guys can come for me, baby. Please bring it. Bring it, gentlemen. Because wait a minute, hold on, Danny. I want you to understand, I'm not saying this to be mean, cruel, and rotten. I'm saying this so that you can step away from old and tired and adapt new and better. Because when you do that, when you expand your horizons, when you step away from the same mundane situations and thought processes, you're going to see things in a whole better light. And some of you claim you're happy, but the shit that you wrote says otherwise. Go ahead, Danny.
I mean, it's one comment, and you actually responded to it, but my
comments are showing up.
Say again.
Comments are showing up again. I went into the live on my page.
Okay, it's you're independent because you're an adult. Has nothing to do with being a woman. Boo hoo. You had to do shit by yourself, and do you know how to be a man's piece? First of all, the first part of the statement and the question honestly did not go together. I don't understand what being his piece had to do with her being an independent woman, or a woman that has to take care of herself. Why is it intimidating for a woman to know how to take care of herself? Why is that a problem? And what's this being his piece thing about? I need to understand that. What does that mean? Does that mean that she don't say shit to you when you do bullshit?
Right.
I mean, no, these are really real questions that I have right now. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can kind of enlighten me, and maybe what that could possibly mean. Any of that, like for real.
Only thing that I can ever get out of this statement is they don't want someone that's confrontational. They don't want someone that's going to question them. They don't want someone that's going to quote unquote nag them. They just can you be his peace? What does
Accountability and responsibility is a no. None of that.
Mm-mm. 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 And being someone's peace is what? Calming and quiet and demure. And I have no idea. And I just, once again, I feel
What
like
it is?
that statement, I feel that statement that keeps flying around, like you said, nobody seems to have a definition for it. They don't even know what it means. They just regurgitate the same old BS that they be hearing. They hear it, it sounds good, so I'm just going to use it. I want a woman to be my peace. Or can you be his peace? What does that mean? You know, it's really important that we understand what we're saying. And it's not so much, I don't mind you saying some of the things that you guys are saying. I really don't, gentlemen. I don't mind it. But please make it fit you. Make sure you understand what's coming out of your mouth that comes to other people. Can you be a man's peace? I'm not supposed to be your peace. I'm supposed to be your wife. Or I'm supposed to be your girlfriend, or I'm supposed to be your partner, or what has that got to do with anything? You just want to come home and let's say the bills ain't paid and I'm not supposed to say anything? I'm not understanding. I'm with you on that, Danny. I don't understand, but I do know that this sentence is a regurgitated sentence without any sustenance behind it.
So is diamond in essence the part about being the piece? Is that what you are in essence saying in regards to, your partner, when you say your partner's supposed to guide you in the right way?
I think he was saying what I said about if my partner doesn't lead, then I'm going to take the reins. And that was me being me. I don't, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I'm trying to figure out why it's not letting none of the comments come up. If I commented and it showed up, but it's not.
I had to go to your Facebook page to even see it.
The thing of it is, everybody, that even if you're commenting or whatever the case may be, what I want y'all to stop doing is trying to fit everybody into the same box.
Yeah, because that don't work.
It don't work. It's not relationships are not one size fits all.
You got 3 black women right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all black women.
Damn,
that doesn't mean
what it was. Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed.
Okay, there we go. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
It's because remember I told you the other day, Juicy, what happened at work, and I locked my page back down. I have to make sure that the lives are open to the public in order for us to see the comments from my page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot my point because that just was like, wow, I just started seeing comments.
Right, we finally.
Like last night, we was like, wait, we don't see nothing.
Yeah, one comment.
Wrong.
And once again, your wife is supposed to guide you.
And here's the thing.
Oh, really?
He who finds, according to scripture, and I'm not even, and I know I'm paraphrasing, but he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Mm-hmm. But how do you treat the person that cares for you is imperative.
Horribly.
I made a comment. I talked a little bit yesterday, and this for me, this is a trigger. I admit it. It's a trigger because I did live through abuse. Okay, and when I say I lived through it, I mean that. You don't get to pass judgment on me for what I went through in my life. Just like I don't get to pass judgment on you if you were in an abusive relationship. Abusers do not, I repeat, do not walk up to you and say, hey, I like you, and tomorrow I'm going to beat your ass. You want to date me?
That is so true.
It's not like there's a warning. There's nothing. They're charming. They're can charm the trunk off of an elephant. They're
They're very
charming.
charming. And then sometimes you just really are not, you really want to see the best in people. You really
True.
do. So even when you do see signs, we do sometimes ignore them because we
And,
love that
and
person.
what
We want to see the best. We want to see the good things.
and one of the people had the audacity to say, and believe me, I had to go to when I got out of this relationship, I had to go do therapy, and I did therapy. I went and did it. For you to try to blame me for someone else's actions, well, what did you do? I didn't do shit, motherfucker. That's what I did. I was his wife. No man has
I
the
can tell
right.
you what you didn't do.
What?
Make his hand come up and hit you,
Right.
or whatever he did. I can.
Didn't
That
make
can
him step out and
that.
speak. You didn't make him do any of that.
How
I
about
can
I didn't make him get in my car and back over me. How about that? I didn't do that.
Yeah, you didn't sit in the car and back over yourself. I mean, like, that's what you didn't do. So let's not ask the question, well, what did you do? No, what did you not
You know
do?
what? I'm sick of the questions of what didn't you do, or what did you do? Because that's a trigger to me, because men say that all the time. Like a post that I saw on Facebook today that even made me like go there with these posts today was the fact that said, women, it's your fault because your grandmother never taught you to never let a man leave the house with a belly full, or his belly empty, or his balls full. First of all, no matter how much I feed and fuck my husband, if he wants to cheat, he is going to cheat. There is no amount of nothing I can do as a woman. I don't care how submissive, I don't care how loving, I don't care how nurturing I am. A man is going to do what a man is going to do, and same for women. Men, you can be the best man, cater to your woman, take care of her, bring home the money, pay all her bills. If she wants to cheat, she is going to cheat. There is nothing I can do as a human being to keep somebody from being a shithead.
Right.
And what's your statement?
Sick. I get so, and it makes me, it's a trigger for me because I lived through it twice and have 2 children. And I'm not a woman to get on my soapbox and say, I'm an independent woman. I raise my kids by my own. My rent's $1,500. I don't do that shit because I just take care of my bills, because it's called adulting, like we've all said. Adulting is ghetto. I hate it on this side of the planet, okay? I wish I could go back to before I had bills. But with that being said, nothing I've ever done as a woman, because any man who has dated me will tell you, Jasmine's a good woman. She just wasn't the woman for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
And that is perfectly fine. But nothing I can do as a woman. I am nurturing. I take care of my kids. I take care of my home. I cook. I clean. I work. I know how to chase a bag. I bring the table. I am the fucking table. Okay?
Exactly.
She said what
but
she said.
But at the end of the day, a man can have a full belly and empty balls and still go walk out that house and see a fat ass and want to fuck.
And empty it out again.
Or at least eat the pussy.
That part.
So, but we just want, here's the thing, gentlemen, that responded to the post, and Diamond, I see what you're saying. You're saying I'm single, but I don't want to be single. I love my beautiful Black sisters. It's just they don't love me like I love them. No, we love you. You just need to find the right one. And everyone that we meet in our lives, this is one thing that I've definitely learned. Everyone that we meet in our lives isn't necessarily for us. And instead of thinking of it as, they just don't love me, they don't like me the way I like them, think of it as dodging a bullet.
Yeah.
Because this person may not be
every day.
This person may not be the person for you, even though you like them, you love them, you want to be with them, you would do anything for them. If they're not reciprocating, they are not the one for you. And that's okay. Let them go. Let them go.
Do you love you like you love them?
It's a good question. It's a good question. It's an honest question. So
because
we have, like I said yesterday, I mean, we're talking about independent women, and we were talking about this in the context of um, we
Mean to be.
don't all believe we don't all necessarily believe that women that are independent need to be beaten on their chests. Okay, we get it. But you have to understand the history, and we discussed the history of where women have come from and where they're going. And we're still in this country talking about, oh, we don't even have a president, a woman president. Other countries that are less than us have, thank you, Jazzo, have had women presidents. We don't have a woman president here. We got all upset because we have a black female vice president. Okay, so let us just be.
And I don't even think they meant that she female. I think they meant that she a black female.
Mhm. That's all they kept talking about. She's black. Okay. She's half black and she's half Indian. But we're not gonna mention that. Just like our president, our favorite president, my favorite president, Barack Obama was half black, half white. But just because he's dark, we're gonna ignore the fact that he was half white. They set us up, folks. Every chance they get, they set us up to choose incorrectly and think the way they want us to think. And I've learned that because I've been on the planet a little longer than a lot of people that have made these comments. So, sometimes, when you've been here, I've been here 60 years. I can tell what your comments are. What your comments are. You're younger than me, and you're stuck. And I would love to help you, but you got to want to help yourself. And what we discussed last night is a great topic, because it's a lot of people seem to think that still in this day and age that you're masculine if and this is called a double standard, gentlemen. It's called a double standard. Okay, it's a double standard. It doesn't matter what sex you are if you can go get the bag. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you take care of yourself, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. That is a sexist remark that you're making, and it's a derogatory remark that you're making, whether you realize it or not. And your choices of words for some of these responses show that you've been hurt. And I'm sorry for any woman that hurt any of you. But I can read it. I can see it. And you're talking from a place of pain. And guess how I know? Been there. Been there. So we have to do better. Jasmine, was there something else, anything else that stuck out to you on there?
No, not on the post from yesterday.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it all up. Everything that we heard, you could kind of see the pain in the words.
Yeah.
You could see the pain in the words.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was not, and in the comment, and our show last night was not meant to do that. We should be able to agree to. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we agree to disagree, and that's fine. But also keep an open mind. And I really, really, really want to challenge the gentleman that had things to say to stop for a moment and reflect on where your thought process came from. And I bet you won't do it because you're afraid of what you might find. So Danny had to leave us, but I challenge you fellas to do that. See, we as women have to do all this self-reflection. Feel free, knock yourselves out, do it yourself.
That part.
We have to do all of this self-analysis, and if everything is our fault, none of it is yours. Or if we can't keep a man because it's our fault, then why can't you keep a woman? You too have to do self-reflection. Relationships are work. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have, whether it's a work relationship, a friendship, a business, a marriage, a friend, anything, just friends off the streets, whatever. It takes work. And sometimes you're going to hit those little bumps in the road. But the main thing I think that I got out of what I was reading from the comments is, number one, some of you men thought you were going to hurt me by saying some of the stuff that you said. Some of you men actually came for me. You know what? Come on, bitch. Yeah, I said it because you all, I had a car land on top of me. You you need to be a 2-ton automobile, and I lived. I was in a head-on car collision. The celebration was yesterday. 20 years ago yesterday, I was fighting for my life. So what you all have to say is wonderful. I know what you're going to say. I got it. I understand that. But you're not listening to what we're saying to you. But I need to listen to you. We will have a show where I bring on men. I have no problem with it because I love men. I respect those men that respect me. You are so welcome to be here. We want you here. But at the same token, we want our relationships with our men to be better.
Yes.
And if you don't listen and you only got this lip service, you'll never be truly, truly happy in your relationships. You just won't. And that breaks my heart.
Yep.
But I want to see everybody happy.
And Diamond said it too. He said it's sad because we really hurt our family, and we do. Thank you. We love you too, Diamond.
Because it's so important that we have these conversations and that we start to heal the hurt, the pain, the anguish, the disappointment. But don't knock people because you don't understand them, don't understand the concept, and you're not willing to listen. Some of the comments that were made to me, you were childish, immature, not really thought through, ignorant in some instances. There was a lot of ignorance, I thought. And that's my personal opinion. And I get that from my mom. I really do. I get that from my mother. My mother and I, the two things the one thing that we really, really, really have in common is my mother and I my mother couldn't stand ignorance, and neither can I. And ignorance comes from a lack of knowledge and not willing to learn. I'm willing to sit down with any of those men and talk to them. I'm willing to listen to what you have to say. And I will sit down and do it with an open mind and an open heart. But when you get to getting ignorant, no. No, because the world, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not your woman. I have a man. I am submissive to only one. That's the way it should be. In my book, for me. So we can have conversations, we can talk,
He's a bit old school, but that's okay. He still is willing to listen and to learn new tricks. So when we do these shows and we talk about independent women and we talk about topics that are a little touchy, we are totally, totally prepared to take the rhetoric and have a laugh, because we did. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
We was cracking up, y'all.
Have a giggle, have a laugh, not take it too seriously. But you're not going to browbeat us, because that's not going to happen. You're not gonna keep going back and forth with your banter, and a lot of it is antiquated. I mean, it's not new, it's not fresh. It's somebody else's thought process. It's somebody else's thought. I really felt like it was just somebody else's thought process. That was just me. That was what I got out of it. You're regurgitating stuff that you've heard. Oh, this sounds good. I think I'm gonna take this piece. This sounds good. This I'm gonna talk about peace. Can you bring a man peace? We at war? Is that how you look at the relationship? We're going to war?
It is a lot of lack of communication.
It's a lack of communication, and it's a lack of listening. It's a lack of listening.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, sometimes you don't always have to be right. You can just say, okay. And that's enough. What was the other question that you had, Jasmine? Did we go over that one?
Oh, no, the other question that I posted on my page. That was the funny one. That one's still blowing up. I don't know what these people are on today, but question number 2 of the day was, why is the blame put on women in any situation dealing with a man? It's always said we should have chose better, but then we are told that it is never us who choose. Make it make sense. Why is never anything to blame on the man for not being a man? Why does he get to pass on not handling his responsibilities? So, few comments. One person said men can only do what women allow. That is true, but there's still, when we don't allow it, we're the ones to blame that we didn't choose right, is what I'm getting at. This is the comment I think that made us laugh the most. First of all, y'all choose who you talk to and who you have sex with. How is that not your fault? If he leaves or cheats, then you didn't listen to your grandma when she said, never let a man leave your house with an empty stomach or full balls. If you want him to come back, we are really simple creatures. Women today just don't think they have to do anything to make a man happy.
First of all, it's not our job to make you happy.
If you're not happy in yourself, nothing I can do to make you happy.
There's nothing. Exactly. It's not a criteria, honey. It just isn't.
One
Because
person,
if you're if you're grumpy all the time, and I've seen some people that are just, they miserable all the time. Oh,
This one person just brushed off what I said and said the same reason bad women are never blamed. Okay. This next one I don't quite understand, but maybe you can help me get clarity. It says, let's be clear. A woman attracts a lot of different people. It then becomes her responsibility to weigh out those options and find the best fit among them. Men can be hurt and not living up to their full potential, or not bringing the level of masculinity that you are hoping to see. The same can and is said about women.
He was kind of all over the board with whoever that was kind of all over the board with that. I mean, as far as listening to what you said,
Right.
You know, here's the thing. We're not trying to, honestly, I'm not. We're not trying to pass blame onto people. Sometimes you're a good fit and sometimes you're not.
Exactly.
Sometimes you start out great in your relationship, but as we've said before on the shows, if you watch the shows, weekly or and when we broadcast, you will hear us say certain things. And one of the things that I always say, and I'll say it again, over and over and over again until you get it. What I did in my 20s, I'm not doing in my 40s. What I did in my 30s, I'm not doing in my 50s. And what I did in my 40s, I'm not doing in my 60s. Okay? We change as people. We evolve. What we liked at 20 years old, we might not like at 60 years old. You change. And your partner, guess what? They change too. You all have to be willing to change together and adapt. But a lot of people grow apart because they're stuck in the past. You have to be willing to move forward together. And you have to accept, because let's just say a monogamous relationship. You get married, you guys are in your 20s, and you're supposed to be together with this person forever and ever, amen, for the rest of your life. Okay? That is what has been indoctrinated into us, men and women. When we get married, we are supposed to be forsaking all others, which that is not what that means, I might add, but that's what we take it as. And 10 years down the line, you don't look the same as you when I saw you. I don't look the same as when you saw me. Life has happened. We have children. We're working 2-3 jobs. We have a house. We're trying to live the American dream of being in debt. Okay. We got college to pay. We got college coming up in 10 years for the youngest. We got somebody that just fell out the swing and broke their damn arm. We got to get them to the emergent. Life happens. Your husband just got laid off. Your 2-income family just went down to 1. This is when you find out. This is when you find out what you got.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly when you find out. I say this a lot of times. When things change, whether it be for good or bad, that's when you find out who your partner really is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk about my ex a lot because it's really irrelevant to my life now. But anybody that knows me knows the trajectory that my life was going when I got a divorce. I was in California building my dream, which I thought was our dream because I wasn't gone long. I made sure everything was provided for financially so that the bills could be paid. I made sure there was childcare in place of me not being there. Because at the time that we were in our life, I was the one getting the bag, as they say. He was the head of my house. He was my husband. I treated him accordingly. But financial things fell on to where he could no longer get the bag. And I was the one that had to do what I had to do to make sure our family could pay our bills and survive, correct?
Mhm.
That's what they want, is a woman that can pick it up when he can't, right? Well, as I'm doing that, it called me to go out of town. The money that was there for us to pay the bills, he used for his mistress. He subsequently then left our family and left me in debt. How was I supposed to see that coming? How was I supposed to know to choose better? We were married for 5 years at that point, and I had never seen any of that. When things change and life grows is when you really see who people are. And that's just how life works. Because people are going to be who they are, but sometimes they're not going to always show who they are until something else happens.
And some people can't hold the facade.
And they can't.
They can hold it for a little while, but they can't hold it indefinitely.
Correct.
And so there's cracks and they start appearing, but those cracks could appear 5, 10, 15 years down the line.
And it was funny to me because that was when I first started hearing this whole term of women emasculating men and becoming more masculine. Because you know what was told to me by the men in my family? Oh, you were being too ambitious. You were doing too much. You should have just been his wife. And let us be poor? Well, not even so much poor. Let us be homeless. We had children. So because I took the initiative to make sure that our bills were paid, I was doing too much. Never once did I challenge the fact that he was the man of the house. And I discussed everything with him before I did it. But that was me doing too much. And men told me that. That's a horrible part of this. And these were men in my family.
Sometimes, like I say, we get stuck in an antiquated thought process.
Yes.
And we don't understand how to move forward or move out of it. We had responses that were misogynistic, and we know it. We had responses that were arrogant, and we know it. And we just plain ordinary had responses that were ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
and we know it. Don't think to know everybody or why people do the things they do. We could sit here and psychoanalyze all we want. What you're not paying attention to is our young Black men are killing themselves at an alarming rate.
They are.
They're committing suicide. Our women, our girls are committing suicide. Our women are being abducted. I talked about other countries last night where the women are being brutalized for the most simplest of things, like knowing how to read.
Mm-hmm.
That comment, well, we're in America, we're in the US of A. Whoever said that, dude, do you think that women aren't being brutalized here in this country? You've lost your damn mind. Women here, especially, are being abducted and taken to foreign countries all the time. Women here are being beat by their husbands. I just read a report on a young lady who broke up with a guy. She's at a car dealership. He finds her, follows her, and shoots and kills her at the car dealership. We can't even as women get away from you. You stalk us. You come after us. You brutalize us. You kill us. And yes, guess what? It happens here in the great US of A. And it's not reported. Husbands beat their wives every day. I'm a survivor. So please, gentlemen, don't try to be in our in our shoes, because you can't. You can't possibly understand or know. And there are men out there that are beaten as well, and I know that, by their wives. I get it. But I'm talking about from a woman's point of view. And you cannot possibly walk in my shoes and understand that. Look, our talk yesterday was about what is an independent woman. And we got a lot of rhetoric that really didn't have anything to do with the topic. An independent woman usually is a woman, in a lot of cases, that in my case, I became an independent woman, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to survive. I lost my father when I was 16. I lost my mother when I was 17. And when I say I lost, that means they died. And I was on my own at 17 years old. Find out, and this is so important. We were talking about communication. I think Diamond Entertainment brought that up about communicating. That it is so important that we do communicate, and a lot of people don't, and that's men and women. And we need to be able to know why a person is the way they are, what set of circumstances brought them to that point. Understand, if you are interested in a woman who professes to be an independent woman, find out why. You just might be surprised. And know the history of women, because it is definitely something that is ingrained in us as women, what we have had to go through. See, men could vote. Men could get certain jobs. We still to this day are fighting for equal pay for the same type of work. You don't have to go through what we go through. And thus the reason that some women scream it from the highest mountaintop that they can find, I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man. Some women have been let down by men. They don't trust you. You don't come through with what you say you're going to do. Your word is your bond, and you break it every opportunity you get. But you need to talk and find out and show some empathy and understand why a woman is an independent woman. What has made her be independent? What has she gone through that she feels that she has to do it all by herself? And understand when you speak to that woman and she says, I don't need you, I want you in my life. I want to depend on you. I want you to be a part of whatever it is I'm creating or I'm growing. I want us to work together. So we can't change everybody's mind. Some of you still ain't gonna get it. And that's fine. That's cool. That's you. Don't worry. You're not going to be around me. So I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good with it. But it does come with communication, and it does come with empathy, and it does come with patience, and it does come with listening. And sometimes, just sometimes, change is a good thing. It's the only constant. And some of you men need people. Change is the only constant. So you might just take a moment, reflect on why you think some of the misogynistic and antiquated thoughts that you have. Because no, this is not your grandma's world. Okay? It is not.
I made that comment earlier too.
We have evolved as men and as women since our grandparents.
And
Hell, there
I'm gonna
wasn't
say since my great grandparents, because my grandmother wasn't even that kind of woman, and she was married to the day he passed, and never remarried after him. So
everybody changes, everybody evolves, and that's what makes the world go round.
that
And
is exactly it.
that's what makes this so great. And that's what, like I said, we appreciate the comments. We really do. We did get a chuckle. And I will say you did get us to do an impromptu show. So we appreciate that. But understand, you know, honestly, guys, gentlemen that made the comments yesterday and are still attempting to do whatever it is that they're doing, it 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 really honestly doesn't show your growth.
Mhm.
And for me, that's sure in the hell a turn off. It doesn't show your growth as a person, and it doesn't show your growth as a man. It just shows that you know how to regurgitate stuff that you
Indoctrination.
indoctrination. Yeah, that's all it shows. It doesn't show the depth of you. It doesn't show who you really and truly are. And if you're afraid to show who you really and truly are, it's a pass. It's a pass for me. It's a pass. You need to be vulnerable. It's a pass. It's a pass for all of us, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I hope you guys join us like Monday night for the real show again on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. But we just want to kind of let you guys know we did have some technical difficulties yesterday. We were not ignoring the questions. We prefer to see the questions in real time. That does help a little bit so that we know.
Now we know what the problem was, so it's fixed.
And the problem is fixed. And I wanted to read a couple of things that Diamond had written here real quick. Diamond Entertainment. He wrote, right, that was wrong. And that's what happened when a good man comes along and a woman still have they guard up because they are so afraid of getting hurt again. So if they're see anything that they don't like, it's unacceptable. So now that good man that walked away from, and he's going to feel all of that. The next man then did what the next man did to her, or that man did to her in their past. Yeah.
That is true.
And sometimes
why after my divorce, I got therapy. Everybody has to heal after stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. You have to. I've taken therapy, self-reflection, meditation.
Mm-hmm.
You do these kinds of things to get yourself whole again. You don't rush into another relationship when you're still healing over a past trauma or a past relationship. It's really important that you take that time. And especially, I really want to direct this at our Black men, because a lot of you are going through it. You're just going through it, and it's okay to get some therapy. It's okay to get help to keep you balanced and keep you strong. Some of you really are out there trying to do your best, and it just seems like it's not enough. Or maybe possibly you're in a relationship that where the female, and honey, we know they exist, is ungrateful, and it's not treating you well.
Mm-hmm.
We know that those exist. We know that those females are out there. Not saying they're not, but don't be afraid to get the help that you need. It doesn't make you any less of a man. And I think some of you, I think we were talking about this too offline, but some of you need to redefine what a man is. You really do. You've put so much pressure on yourselves to be a man that you've lost sight of who you are. Dun, 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 I'm the man. You know, here I am to save the day. You know, and take that time to heal and self-love, um, and just know that you're worthy. Know that you're worthy. And you can always, everybody makes mistakes and everybody can improve themselves, but understand your own self-worth. Okay. So I doubt it, but I hope that we, some way, shape, form, or fashion. And for those of you on her feed that were wondering if I'm in a relationship, she don't have a man. Yeah, I do.
I'm the only single one on the show, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I do. But he doesn't step into my world over here because he's
For this very reason.
Right, for a lot of reasons. So but he understands it and he knows what I do. So for all y'all wondering, I'm also a switch. Okay. So I'm submissive to one, like I said, but I'm a dominatrix. Okay. So I'm a switch. Some of you men wouldn't last 2 seconds with me. I can tell you that right now. So I like tying you up. I like putting you in a cock cage. So you wouldn't last. So just don't come for me. It's not a good look. It's not. It's actually comical. But I love that.
Yeah, because I don't do it for sexual gratification. I do it to relax.
Yeah, exactly. Because it
put you in a cock cage, put you in a cage, and sit there and watch TV while my feet are sitting up you.
I just like to make you hard and you're in the cock cage and then you can't get out and you're in pain. And
I know.
It's
and I put my feet on top of you like you're a little good boy.
So understand, we know what we're talking about. We do. I get it. I understand. I do. I get it. But we just wanted to have a conversation yesterday. We didn't know we were starting like World War 15.
Starting a war.
Yeah, we weren't trying to do that. That was not our intent. But fellas, yeah, we'll have some time for you all to come on the show. We don't have a problem with that whatsoever, but you will be respectful, and you will listen, because that's part of being able to have an adult conversation. Even my ladies, even my queens, we don't agree all the time.
We do not.
We do not agree all the time. We can say exactly. We agree to disagree, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a firm believer in that. So there you go. That's good, Diamond. Beautiful. I love that. You said, yes, I tried my best. So now my focus is trying to be a great father for my daughter.
And that's all she needs you to be, is her father.
Is her father. Yeah. Time you, if it's a girl and she gets involved in stuff, you're going to need that time. You're going to need that time. So anything else, Jasmine, that you want to add?
No, but if you want to definitely see more topics like this, let us know. Check us out every Monday. Check out my Jasmine Purple Rain page. I will be changing the name soon, but until then, check out Jasmine Purple Rain. If you missed this live, if you missed yesterday's live, they will be starting to get posted on YouTube. YouTube is up and running. I'm working on getting it so that it streams live and downloads. But you know, between me and Miss Juicy and Danny's Window, we got y'all on lock. We got y'all on multiple platforms. So continue to check us out and support us and give us y'all's feedback. We love these conversations. We don't like talking to ourselves. We like talking to y'all and getting all perspectives.
Yes.
And if any time we reach out and say we're looking for people to come on the show, don't get nervous then and not show up. I'm going Because I made posts plenty of times to see if men want to come on the show, and ain't none of y'all that was vocal ever chimed in. So it's okay. I'm gonna get y'all. We're gonna get you, my little pretty.
Yes. Yeah, because sometimes when you guys are sending a text or a message, sometimes things get lost in the translation. So yeah, like I said,
we gotta say
we have no problem with it. We just ask that once again, if you're going to come on the show, and we encourage it. I mean, there's been plenty of times that we have opened this up, and we want men to join us, and I don't know if they're too shy or too bashful or what. I don't know, too busy. I don't know, but we invite you to come on, and we've gotten women on the show, but we can't always get the gentlemen to join us. So we're not gonna bite your heads off. We just love having adult conversations, and that's basically the gist of the show. But we need to do this, especially in our community. We need to have these conversations. We need to understand better. If you are misogynistic and you want to explain yourself a little bit more, we would love to understand how you got that way, why you think that way. But if you're willing to have an open mind and learn some new things, you just never know. It might just broaden your horizons. Just saying. So, Diamond, thank you so much. We love you too. And we look forward to your daughter growing up with her father, because that's so important. I'm definitely a daddy's little girl.
I am a girl.
Danny's little girl. That's us. So once again, for my beautiful melanated queens, Miss Danny's Windows and Miss Jasmine Purple Wayne, I am Ms. Juicy, and you have been listening to a special edition of Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. Right down there below, you can see the Ebony Exotic Experience is happening here in Cleveland in October 27th and 28th. That's the Eventbrite link right down there below us. You can put in just the Ebony Erotic Experience and it should pull it up. Make sure you get your tickets, because the 31st is the last day for the early bird tickets, and then January 31st of January, and then we'll be moving on. And also, we announced last night that we will be announcing the first week in February 1. We're going to do this nice and slow. It's like slow stroking. Okay, slow stroking. But we are going to announce one of our featured guests that will be joining us. Oh my gosh, for this event.
I'm so excited. I've never been this excited about something so far away.
It's just, and we got a little at a time. If you'd like to be a vendor or you'd like to sponsor, we do have sponsor packets available. Sponsorships start at $250 and they go up from there. Vendor fees are 2 day. It's a 2-day event, so you have to vend for 2 days. Okay, 2 days. I think it's general admission is $125 for a vendor, and VIP vendors are $175. So if you're interested, please reach out, and we'll definitely get you that information. All right, guys. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this. I know we did. We just wanted to recap. Sorry. On Juicy Tales Erotic Chat, we start at 6 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast, 8 p.m. Central Standard, 9 p.m. for the East Coast, and 10 p.m. for our family in Barbados. We love you guys. Remember, enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. Miss Juicy out. Love you guys.
Bye.